Open, channeled, chocolate goddess. So in this video, we're gonna see someone who went through a trauma state open, and we're gonna use voice and we're gonna use manipulation to try to open up a frozen breath. And so one of the first concepts that I was introduced to in my journey to trying to figure out chiropractic and the physical body was muscle testing. And a lot of people talk about this, but basically life energy is flowing through us. Different people call it different things. Chiropractors call it universal intelligence. It's called chi or prana. And as it flows through the body, if the body is in connection to that intelligence, when you test various parts of the body, they react. And as far as I'm concerned, it means that part of your body is connected with source. When something happens and there's a blockage of the flow, then that part of the body will go into a state of weakness. It's in a state of contraction and trauma, and anytime that happens, it's always being blocked somewhere. And so the goal of muscle testing is to not only figure out what parts of your body are being blocked, but also to try to calculate and figure out where it's being blocked. Joanna had a trauma, and we could find that trauma physically represented through the right side of the neck and down into the chest. And so the goal of this was to connect her with what that trauma was, which I find that almost always, if I ask someone, why are you sick? Something comes up immediately.
So my whole body is just kind of this one aching mess that I don't like being inside of. I know it's from like carrying so much weight. Like I used to be like 15 stone. So I've carried a lot, and that's just like the physical weight. I carry a lot of emotional stuff as well in my shoulders and neck. With my neck and shoulders, there was a trauma. I had an abortion, and it was really traumatic. The pregnancy itself was hard, like the 2-3 weeks that I knew I was pregnant, very physically challenging, and then the actual abortion was horrific, and then the guilt and shame afterwards was equally as bad. A few weeks after that, my neck and shoulders stiffened up so badly that I literally couldn't sleep.
If you connect in with that trauma, so you're going back energetically and emotionally into the trauma, and then while doing that, we're physically manipulating and opening the twist and sinking into the person. And I found with Joanna and almost everyone, you don't go from feeling good to, wow, that was great. You have to go through back into the twist, the suffering, the pain, the trauma. And what comes up is, it's a release. Just go back to that moment where you were alone and your neck was hurt. Try to emotionally connect with that spot. Sound is everything. Frequency is everything. At some level, it's just the denseness of the frequency that creates matter. Everything is an expression of frequency. The words that are spoken to us, the words that we speak, create who we are. But to change someone at the most core level, we have to change their frequency. Using sound while trying to open gives the body something to attach to. Just using your own voice, using sounds to create a field around people so that when we adjust them, we're able to reprogram their cells. And when you do both things at the same time, it unlocks some deep trauma and something can open that manipulation or sound alone I haven't seen. something released, and when it released, like we felt it all go. And everyone, not just the three of us who were working on her, but everyone in the whole village felt something pass through. And I'm slow to call things exorcisms, um, but it's a dissonant energy leaving, and all of us felt it. You interdimensional, open channeled chocolate goddess.
Chocolate goddess.
If you're willing, share your experience of what happened.
Yeah. I was very nervous. Like very, very nervous. Like right at the beginning. It's like I knew that something was about to happen. Even though my mind was like, yeah, I'm just going to get my neck cracked and then I'm going to go have lunch or whatever. My body was like filled with tension. Like my hands wouldn't stop tapping. I couldn't stop like laughing, like nervous, smiling and laughing, especially when you were like strapping the stuff to my body. I'm just there like, oh God. Yeah, at the very beginning, when you were like connect to the experience of like being in pain and being alone, like I found it very difficult to do that, to connect with that version of me. Because I don't know why, but I was trying to like drop in to that experience, and it's like I just I couldn't do it. And so instead of trying to drop into the experience, I dropped into the programs that were running around the experience. That's when the program came up so strongly, and it was a program of believing I deserved to be punished for killing my baby. That was the thing. It was like, you killed your baby, you deserve to be punished. That was something that came up very strongly, and I felt the presence of my guides and you as well. Your presence and the words that you were saying that stuck out was just like, you did nothing wrong. And it was just like actually hearing that, like no one has ever said that to me. You know, you did nothing wrong. And so that program has been constantly running. And so I was just like reversing it, just like, I don't deserve to be punished. I don't deserve to be punished.
All record is leaving your body.
And I just like experienced this waterfall of love and compassion pouring into me. And like filling the spaces that were being like ripped open and apart. And obviously I was having to feel into those spaces so that they could be emptied, because I've been still identifying as like a bad mom, bad mother. I just imagined this river flowing, and I just placed this imaginary baby in the river, and it floated off, so I didn't need to carry her anymore. Which was very, very freeing, because obviously there was this huge blockage in my neck, and that has opened, and I've noticed a change in the tone of my voice and what's coming through in my voice and the frequencies of my voice. But before, my shoulders and neck were like bricks. And I feel lighter, like I've put down a load that I was carrying.
There is usually massive relief immediately, which only opens up a process of things that need to be worked through and processed, so that you can move on and have a new core frequency. And I think that Joanna has also been on a journey of healing, and that each step is an expansion of consciousness. Each opening in the body is accompanied by an expansion of who and what we are.